Port St. Lucie. Is this a good time to purchase a property as an investment in Port St. Lucie? So we all know that there are many drivers that move the real estate market, let it be here locally in Port St. Lucie or nationally. It could be things like interest rates, inventory, liquidity in the market, among many other things you could think. But one of the things that I track that are quite often overlooked is the actual price uh, to rent a single family home in the local market, specifically here in Port St. Lucie. So I've been tracking this. Um, and we all remember that right after the pandemic, obviously there was no inventory. The landlord had all the leverage. Their requirements were ridiculous. If you had a pet lizard, they wouldn't let you move in. They needed, 6 months reserves. I mean, it was ridiculous where it just made more sense purchasing a home. And at the time, many people did. A lot of our clients that I worked with um, ended up buying a property because it just was not affordable to rent. Now, fast forward a couple years, and I think that tide has changed. I think we're on the other side of that wave. So now one of the things I'm noticing that I kind of wanted to bring into your attention was how I've noticed that what may have been considered kind of a luxury or bigger priced home we're renting out pretty quickly have now come down on the affordability level to rent on the renting side. Maybe not on the purchase side because of rates, right? And probably because of taxes or insurance, but on the rent side, it has. Now, my question is, I wonder if these properties were purchased in 2023 when the rates were 7 or 8 or 9, or was these properties purchased in 2016, right? And for half the price at a lower rate. So it really begs the question, but it kind of these are the kind of reasons why you want to work with experienced realtors that could best guide you to make sure that they find the property that's going to work for you in pretty much any environment. Same thing with a mortgage broker like myself uh, that will work with you to ensure that the price that you think that you're going to be able to rent it for will work on the back end as far as once you include all the housing expenses for that property. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of what I mean. But really, if you're in the market to buy an investment property and you are looking specifically at the higher ends, I saw a couple 4 bedrooms. I'll see what they look like now here in a minute. But if you're in the market for those properties, you may want to dig a little bit deeper. Speak with a good realtor. You're welcome to give me a call and I could have a conversation as far as what housing expenses you could expect on a home like that. But especially, of course, if you're financing it. But you want to make sure that you don't get caught in a situation where, your housing expenses, $4,000 and you come to find out you can only rent it for 2,500, right? Unless your play is, forget about the cash flow. I'm going to keep this property because it's going to increase in value over the 10 years. I'll sit on it and sell in 10 years. Hey, it might work for you. But if you need the cash flow today, you better make sure it works up front because you don't want to own a property that's the money pit, right? Especially if something breaks, what may have cost you, $200 4 years ago to fix may cost you now 500 or $600 to fix. Um, so I'm gonna kind of dig in because I think those are the properties that kind of stick out to me, that have been sticking out. So, all right, so I'll touch on this one here. This is a 4 bedroom 2 bath, 2,300 square feet home. Again, this is your typical single family home in Port St. Lucie. Actually, it looks pretty nice. So I would say maybe a little bit above that, but um, you know, uh, it doesn't show what the price is on a home when it's listed as a rental. But I'm gonna assume it's easily over 400. On a home like this as an investment property where you have no homestead, this home is from 2006, so hopefully it has a new roof. But you could expect the housing expense on a home like this, if you were to purchase it today, maybe somewhere around close to $4,000. It might be 35 to 4,000. Yet when we're looking at the lease or the rental cost, 2,900, right? So hopefully whoever owns this home has owned it for 10 years. Their mortgage payment is 1,000 or $1,200 with taxes and insurance, and they're basically making twice as much. But today, it may be hard to cash flow on this property specifically. So I'm gonna go back here and let's see if I can find another example. Um, the next one's four bedroom, three baths, 1,800 square foot. Again, this one I would say more of the typical home in Port St. Lucie. So assuming it's worth 375-ish, 400 maybe. Hopefully those solar panels are paid off. That's a whole hot mess in its own. I got to make a whole video on that. But a property like this, again, investment property, no homestead, right? Um, Easily 35 over $3,000 on a housing expense. They're renting it out for 2,700. Now this is a pretty big home. It's 1,800, or nice home, but 4 bedrooms, two-car garage, has solar panels, very nice, right? So I'm assuming if they work, you could save money. I mean, somebody put quite a bit of money in this house. It looks a little outdated in some parts, but has some patio stuff where you could cook and I mean, looks nice. So it's just hard to cash flow a property like this. So if you're in the market, this is the kind of stuff that you got to talk to a professional about. Let's go to what do we got? We got another one here, 40. I mean, look at this one here. 4 bedrooms again, another 4 bedrooms, two bath, $2,600. Built in 2021. A newer home. I could assume this is gonna sell for, it would sell today for over 400,000. Now again, this one we can't assume that they bought it in 2005, right? They must have bought it in the last few years. So if they bought it when the rates were 3%, great. If they bought it when the rates were seven, not so great. So again, investment property, higher taxes, insurance costs. I can't tell if this is in a community or not, an association. So I really don't know. I don't dig too much into it, but we could easily assume that if you were to buy this property, put 20% down, maybe even 30%, your expense on this property will exceed what you can make on this property. And this property has been on the market or last updated a week ago. So we don't know if it's been updated in the last week and been sitting for a month, or it was just listed a month ago or a week ago. But regardless, these are the questions this is the information that needs to be looked at before a property is purchased for an investment property. You want to make sure that you find a property that's going to work, that's going to cash flow, that's going to meet your goals, let them be short term or long term. So in saying that, if you found some value in this video, please click the like and the subscribe button. Hopefully, you are working with a great realtor. I also work with a lot of local realtors in our market here. So if you need a recommendation, feel free to give me a call. Other than that, I hope you have a great day and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.